with the Jeep back on the road, we can get back to work on the MT. Not a lot I can do on the motor right now, so while I'm still looking for parts. So, we're going to focus on what we can work on, and that's getting Pearl watertight. Hi, I'm Russ. I'm rebuilding a 1977 Mobile Traveler motorhome, and this is all about the MT and me.
That is what I was talking about. The aluminum breaking down. We need to come in behind it and reinforce it. We need to replace the wood and reinforce it with some fiberglass. Look up in there and see how it was originally put together. Do you see how it's wood with the metal laminated to the outside of it?
Yeah, this is just, it's basically, it's just wood paneling.
So, do you understand now why we need to take the entire wall off and put it back on?
It's all got to come down, as you can see here, this aluminum just did a tear. That's literally just torn, and that's the metal torn, you know. Age and stress has done to it. It's tearing down here too. You got that hole we showed you there. The other side, it's got holes in several places. Plus, there's a section that looks like it got hit by buckshot. It's just it's weird to look at it.
Okay, the bottom, I don't think we'll have to replace that. I think we can just take it off and put it back on.
I think so, yeah. That's good.
That's fiberglass, isn't it?
Yes, this is fiberglass. That entire skirt is fiberglass. Now, there's some more damage right there.
Yeah, oh, the sunlight's really nice on the camera.
Yeah.
Too.
Nice hole right there. But everything else up in here is not in bad shape. Mostly.
And it's that beautiful cedar pattern. Because everybody loves cedar.
There are several places in here that from the inside you can see daylight. Yeah. It's gotten so thin, and
somebody obviously used it for BB practice too.
yeah, this is.
Or maybe they hit it with a hammer.
I don't know.
Can't
You
tell.
look at this, and it's just peppered with little tiny.
Yeah, that's a hell of a grouping if that was a BB.
I would almost say it'd been through a hailstorm, except that it's not on top; it's on the side, you know. And you look at all this right here, the way it's just, and all up in here.
Yeah, I think it delaminated and they tried to put it back together.
Maybe what it is. Could be. The wheel wells and the underskirting will all come off. Then we're looking at taking the walls completely off on the outside.
And the inside.
Yeah, well, the inside's pretty well off already. We've done that. So yeah, and then we're just going to leave that blue insulation, I think, you know. We'll paint over that. We'll paint over that and just use
Throw a gel coat on it.
Yeah,
It'll
right.
be fine.
It'll be fine. Get some resin maybe or something, you know.
Stabilize it. Cactus juice.
So the way we see it, we have three options when it comes to dealing with the walls here on Pearl. One would be to buy new material. Now, manufacturers sell this wall material in 1 foot wide by various length pieces, and you buy as much as you need. So in our case, if we were to do 1 foot of this wall and say 8.5 feet, it's about what we need to go from top to bottom. So 1 foot by 8.5 feet in aluminum is going to be $85 base cost. It's going to be more by the time they put this vintage 1970s cedar texturing on it.
Which of course we'd have to have.
Don't know how much more, but if we want it to match, we're going to have that texturing. It's going to be $85 plus for that 1 foot of wall. And we have, I don't know what, maybe 15 per side, something like that here.
Something like that.
If we were to get that same piece in Phelon, which is a fiberglass material that's used a whole lot in modern RVs, it would be about $75, but that's completely plain, untextured. I don't even know if you can get that stuff in the texture or not. But so the price is comparable there. Either way, we still have to put wood underneath it as well. So it's got to have a wooden base for the aluminum or the Phelon or whatever to laminate to. So you're looking at $2,000 maybe to do walls all the way around in the back, and that's way out of our budget. Our third option would be to
MOT it.
to Frankenstein pieces from other RVs that we can locate. And we're not really sure how that would work, but it could come up looking interesting. But I think Ree could make it look neat. What do you think?
The idea is to find RVs and scrap yards that we can cut sections of the wall out of to use as fill material.
And then we can put those pieces. We still have to get the wood. The wood's going to have to be replaced. But those in turn would be laminated on, and then it's up to you to make it all blend.
Well, I do have this wind deflector idea that is based off of a saddle that I saw. That is just absolutely gorgeous.
It's one that I don't fully understand, but I take your word on that one.
Just trust me, honey.
I'm willing to go with it. So the point is, we can spend $2,000 or more on new materials to redo the walls, or we can start looking for old RVs and see what we can collect from them. So, guess which one we're gonna do. Put your guesses in the comments below, and we'll see if you're correct or not.
All right.
And then, of course, there's the roof. That's a whole other story.
Yeah. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one.
Right now, we've got to get ready to leave.
Yeah. So we will catch up with you later. Well, it's later, and we're ready to talk about the roof. Basically, our plan for the top of Pearl is kind of like the plan for the sides. We're going to take the metal off, get it all cleaned up, and then put the metal back on. Now on the roof, however, we want to add a layer of plywood that is not there right now. It's not there in the original design, but that'll give us a lot better support, structural support and strength on the roof, something that will help it not sag, which it's tending to do right now. It's also leaking right now, as we have told you before. We've been unsuccessful in trying to prevent our leaks on the roof. We have this heavy canvas tarp on there, but it hasn't stopped the leaking completely. And that's something we're going to address first. Because, you see, whenever we do get to work on the roof, we're going to have to clean all of these metal supports that you can see going across, the ones I was just measuring, which by the way, they're 16-inch centers, just like the studs in the wall on a house. So that's convenient. They're 16 inches apart. There are 8 of them front to back, with a couple of them doubled up here in the middle as well. Every one of them is rusty, very rusty. Some of them are actually starting to rust out completely because they've been exposed to moisture for so long. We've got to get all that rust off of them, even maybe do some repairs on them where it might be necessary before we think about closing the roof structure back in with metal on top and whatever we decide to put here as a ceiling on the inside. All that rust has got to go. Before we can do that, we've got to stop the moisture from coming in. So that brings us to our plan today. I have a large sheet of plastic, 10 by 25 feet. We're going to put it on the roof of Pearl underneath this canvas tarp that we have on there. The hope is the plastic will seal the top and keep the moisture out. Then the canvas on top of that will hold the plastic in place and also help protect it from ultraviolet light, which as much sun as we get here during the course of a year, ultraviolets would break that plastic down very quickly, and hopefully it'll make it last a little bit longer. So that's the plan. If that works and we stop the moisture, then we can get in here with our brushes and sandpaper and files and whatever's necessary to get all of the rust off this metal framework. So, first step, get the plastic on under the tarp. That is what we're going to do today. So let's go outside and get to work. Well, I think we're finally ready to get some plastic up on the top of Pearl. But first, we have to unroll this, unfold it, and fold it back in a different way so that it'll be a lot easier to unfold once we get it on top. That's a lot of plastic. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get it up here on the front. And then we'll take the tarp down. Fold it Then I'll go back up, put the tarp back up, and then we'll start undoing the plastic and position the tarp and go from there. And make it happen. Make it happen. First step is folding this so that I can get it up there.
It's looking like the only way you're going to be able to do this easily is to finish putting the plastic on and then go back and put the tarp on.
So let me get the tape, and we'll tape the front of the plastic to secure it, and then I'll go back topside and roll the plastic back and secure the back, and then we'll see about getting the tarp on there. All right? Now, of course, I carried the plastic up to the top, so because that was where I was going to need it, right?
I think you meant the tape.
Well, we've got the plastic on the roof. I think it'll stay there. Now, we put the tarp up over the plastic very carefully because I don't want to tear any plastic. That would totally defeat the purpose. Keep your fingers crossed with me, okay? A prayer might be good too.
Okay, I can breathe a little easier now. I thought you were about to fall backwards a while ago.
No, I wasn't. It just looked like it. I was in total control all the time. Well, that's about all I can do. There's plastic up there. I think it's all still in one piece. And now the tarp is over it, and it's still in one piece. And I'm still in one piece, so I'd call it a win. It's supposed to rain pretty hard tonight and in the morning, so we'll see if it works. That's going to be it for the video this week, though. We want you to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Give us a thumbs up, share this video. That helps our YouTube numbers a lot. We appreciate each and every one of you watching every week. So till next time around, I'm Russ. Reed's behind the camera. We'll talk later.